3 beads on a wire earrings. 3 beads on a wire is the simplest set of earrings you can make, apart from just hanging a charm on an ear wire, and that's okay if that's what you want to do. We'll use these simple tools: round nose pliers, long nose pliers and edge cutters, sometimes known as snips, along with some findings, ear wires and head pins, and a choice of beads: small, medium and large. 3 beads on a wire is simply to thread those 3 beads on a wire and hang them off your ears. They're not hard and they're fun to make. Head pins are so called because they have a head formed on the end of the pin. Pins can be straightened by pulling them between your fingers. They're often made from fairly soft metal, and anybody with a reasonable grip can straighten them out by pulling. It's not the force of the pull that straightens them, it's the fact the wire is gripped between your finger and thumb and forced into a straight line as you pull it along. The head of the pin is not so large that it will stop every bead falling off. Some beads, for instance these ones here, can slide in and off. In cases like that, you may want to use a small bead, either one of your pattern beads or a seed bead, which are very small, often only 2 or 3 millimeters in size. They will bulk up the end and prevent your bead falling through. Patterns are very important. You can go from large on the bottom through medium and small. If that was to hang from your ear, the weight would be at the bottom visually, which is great. It's the same shape as a teardrop and is quite often used by jewellery designers. As you can see, the large bead will fall off. You can also go small, medium, and then large. This gives it almost an icicle shape. Visually it's a little less heavy and can, in the right circumstances, give a pleasing effect. However, today we are going to go medium, large and then small. I like this arrangement. It's a little bit quirky, however whatever suits you is the right thing to do. So that's one dangle laid out, medium, large, small. Now this one's giving me a little bit of difficulty, but we'll get there. And okay, now on top of each dangle you need a loop to attach to the ear wire. This is relatively simple to make. Simply make sure your beads are slid along to the end. Choose a section of your long nose pliers that gives about 3 millimeters. This is to give you enough room to wrap your wire in a moment. And then bend this 90 degrees. Again, beads are down, about 3 millimeters. Bend this 90 degrees. Now, taking your round nose pliers, you form the loop. These come through about 45 degrees, so there's your curve. These sit in the middle, and then you bend the wire back the way it came. All the way round. You can move your pliers around just to give you a little bit more room, and you bring that round it's 90 degrees again. So now you've got a 90 degree that way. There's your loop. And to finish it off, you grab this end of the wire here with your long nose pliers, bring it under and round, keeping it up to the top. You can go round again and again and you'll form a spiral. That can be quite attractive at times, but some simplicity's sake we'll just go round once and then snip off the excess. While this is on here and being gripped, we can take our long nose pliers again and squeezing and release, walk them round very, very slightly to pull in any sharp edges. I can still feel a little bit of a sharp edge there. And just squeeze it down. I've left a little bit of give and take here. If you go too tight, you've wound it round a couple of times and it's pulled in nice and tight, then when you squeeze them in it will spread a little bit further down. Your beads will become compressed, and under some circumstances they can either pop off the head or the beads can break or pull through and it can damage your earrings. A little bit of dangle and a little bit of give is no bad thing. So once again, 45 degrees. Bring the wire around. You can use your pliers if you like, but if you've got enough strength in your hands, then feel free. There's my loop. I will then come under, and don't be afraid to adjust your grip with your pliers and get your angle of attack, as it were, correct. Cut off the excess. And flatten in any sharp edge. As you can see, sometimes the wires do drop off a little bit, but there's nothing there to be felt as the way of a sharp edge, and I still have a little bit of give and take in the beads, so nothing is trapped. So there are the two dangles. Here are the ear wires. On the end of the ear wires are small loops. These small loops are equivalent to jump rings, and jump rings should never be opened by pulling. They should always be opened by twisting. So you simply grab a side and twist. This stops the jump ring distorting and becoming flattened or kinked. The opposite movement brings the ring back, and there you have a perfectly formed 3 beads on a wire earring. Once again, open the loop by twisting, hang your dangle, and close your loop. 1 pair of 3 beads on a wire earrings. Takes about 10 minutes. You can pick up the finding in hobby stores, you can pick up the beads in all sorts of different craft stores. I hope you enjoy making them.